This is entitled "Sad to See You Go," and it's from Aaron. Aaron,
Aaron.
Aaron.
Not
Aaron.
Not Aaron, but Aaron. Can you hear how it's different?
Aaron.
But can you hear how it's a completely different word? Aaron
No!
and Aaron. Aaron.
You mean Aaron?
Aaron.
I hear you.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron, not Aaron.
Aaron.
Aaron's a woman's name. Aaron. Go on.
Aaron.
It also sounds like I gotta go out and buy something.
You gotta go run an errand.
Run an errand.
Yeah.
No.
He says,
Maude's like, oh, I hate all of this. Go.
hello, 4-H family. Awesome Allison, magnificent Maude, Tom the Titan, and the ever mysterious Podcat.
Meow.
Yeah.
Say hi, Aristotle.
I'm Aaron, longtime listener, first and last time emailer. I wanted to thank you all for great additions. You kept me sane. There you go. You kept me sane during the hours in my cubicle and helping laugh when I was doing relief work with FEMA in Puerto Rico after the hurricane.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
That's
There
cool.
you go.
I'm sad to see you go, but glad you could do it on your own terms. I wanted to share a crazy travel story that will hopefully make you laugh. I was an English teacher in the country of Georgia. Country, not state. Let's make that clear.
Yep.
And after a camping trip with a few other volunteers, I was heading back to my site. Yes, Splinter Cell. The only way for me to get back to the site was to hitchhike from the lake we camped at. After about an hour of walking down the road and not having luck finding a ride, I heard a car coming up behind me. So trying my luck again, I waved at the car and pulled it over. That was when I noticed it was a van from the police academy in the capital. I thought I was going to get in trouble, but to my surprise, the two cops told me to hop in and asked where I was going.
Yeah.
I told them I was an English teacher and lived and worked in a town about an hour north of there. They were super excited that an American was living in the area and proceeded to promise me a ride back to my house. About 3 minutes into the drive, the cop in the passenger seat turned around and handed me a beer and some grapes and asked if I wanted a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, why are we not living in Georgia? Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
I was a bit shocked, but he told me to drink, eat, and smoke and apologized for not having wine. And had 4 bottles of wine. Oh, I had 4 bottles of wine left over from the camping trip, and so I pulled one out. We proceeded to drink, smoke, and eat for about 30 minutes until we got to the next big town. We pulled into the main square, and the two cops told me to wait by the van, and they'd come and get me a ride. About 10 minutes later, they come back with one of the town cops, and they tell me to go with him, and he'd find me a ride. I thought he was going to call a friend or a taxi to drive me the rest of the way. I was wrong.
This is like the Italian, the great Italian hot
phone
cop.
napping of 2016.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, cops aren't like this.
No, it's insane. We get into his squad car, and he hands me an AK-47.
Now this just seems totally normal.
Tells me to hold on to this and drives over to the road that went to my town. He parks the car on the side of the road and proceeds to pull over every car that drove by and ask them where they were going, and then letting them leave when they told him they weren't going to my town. After about 20 minutes of this, he pulls over a car with 2 guys in it, and I see that he's getting annoyed, and then he waves me over. I leave the gun in the car because, reasons. That's actually what he says. He tells me he has no idea where they are going because they are Ukrainian and don't speak Georgian. He told me to get in the car with them and to tell them where to stop.
Amazing.
The next 30 minutes were probably some of the most uncomfortable in my life. I don't speak Russian or Ukrainian, and they didn't speak English or Georgian, but from what I gathered, I could be completely wrong, they were a father and son on vacation. We stopped a few times and they awkwardly mimed to me to take their pictures. When we finally got to my town, I tried to thank them and apologize, but they just waved and drove off as fast as they could. Yeah. I hope this story made you laugh as much as I do when I think of that ride. If you're ever in Vermont, I'd be more than happy to share some maple syrup and adult beverages with you all.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, and some Vermont
Aaron.
cheddar. Hello.
Yeah, I'm from
Aaron.
Vermont.
I have
Aaron.
some friends who are like riding out
Aaron.
quarantine in Vermont.
Next email, go. That was an awesome story. Love it.
Going.
Yeah, that was an awesome story.
Maud's on
All
a
right.
mission.
Yeah. This
Maud's
is from
like,
Tim.
I gotta get my Vermont cheddar. Go.
This is from Tim. It is entitled Things Worth Mentioning, I Think.
All right.
Hello, all. I am Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Hello, Tim.
Hello,
Tim.
Maude. I've been listening since Alex first tweeted about the podcast, and it's been great.
Well, hello,
See-
Tim. Thank you.
Yeah. I live slightly east of the middle of fucking nowhere.
Been there. Nice place, actually.
Seriously, I'm
McDonald's.
40 minutes from a Walmart, but that made the podcast the perfect length for me to listen while I was commuting. I almost wrote in when Maude took her place as co-host because I called it. The start of Drunksmiths, when Alex said he'd be leaving, I thought about the guests of Drunksmiths past and called it. Longtime fan of the
Amazing.
moderator here. There you go.
Okay, Tim. Okay.
And he says, but I digress.
Mm.
So there's a bunch of little stuff like
You didn't say
Allison-
BID? Get rid of him.
No, I know he spelled it out like an intellectual or something.
I love that. Well, like an intellectual.
Like
Someone
an
who really
intellectual.
likes things to be spelled out.
So there's a bunch of little stuff like Allison being super popular at math. Tom's one-sentence stories were wondrous. There were so many stories about Tesla and a decent amount of science. But it's been 2 episodes of reminiscing emails, and it seems I remember slightly different things. Like the Italian phone napping was mentioned, but without Hot Cop. I think I
Amazing.
did.
tried to
We
mention
just
Hot
talked
Cop.
about that.
I know. It's true. There was a very
Oh,
hot cop.
Hot cop. Who you gonna do? Who you gonna do when he comes?
And they come for you. Yeah.
When
Well, that
they
you just said when he comes and then stopped.
comes. The moon base? Or my personal
By
favorite,
the way, wait, what
the
happened to the
Space
Space
Wolves.
guys? Oh,
We haven't-
Space Wolves.
So I feel like we
Oh my
should say
God,
this.
that's right. Yeah.
This is actually when we were planning on doing a live show at the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Our super special surprise was that Heath Corson, our Drunksmith guest who came up with the concept of Space Wolves, was
Creator
actually
of the Space Wolves.
creator of Space Wolves. He was actually going to write us like a short radio play to do at the beginning of the episode that was going to then introduce Alex. So we
By
were
the way,
going to, yeah.
I feel like we should have him do this and we should record it, right?
Maybe
we
we
still
will.
do it. Yeah.
Maybe that will be just a surprise episode we come up with, like,
Yeah.
you know, in the middle of July when we're
Yeah.
all bored because we can
In the
still
middle of July, when
radio
everyone
play.
is better. They are
Yeah.
in space, but they
Yeah.
are also wolves. Featuring Alex Albrecht, Allison Hayslip, Tom Krajewski, and a muted
Ooh.
Aristotle. Reading for Space Wolves. Coming
There
to
you go.
July 2020, if Corona doesn't kill us all.
There we go. So Space Wolf was a
Yeah, we
thing that
have
was
to
supposed
do
to
this.
happen. I'll
And
be
by
sad.
the way, hashtag
What?
Space Wolves Live.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you know what? We'll get bored enough to make that happen at some
Oh,
point.
totally.
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I'll be sad when there's no more weekly edition/episodes, but happy it's awesome y'all are working. Tim.
She did say slatch.
Slash.
Maud
Slash
is
makes it
still-
sounds like a
Maud is
dirty
still
word.
Muted.
I am Team Edition.
You are.
Oh yeah, Team Edition.
Yeah.
High fives.
Yeah. Alex, she continued that on after you.
Mhm.
Yeah, fuck yeah, she did because it's right.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm plowing through the next one.
All right.
This is from Reese, and it is entitled "The End," or is it?
Is this from
Love
the
that name.
person that
That's a
came back
cool
in
name.
time from Terminator?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Kyle Reese.
Kyle Reese.
Yeah, we don't know because she said maybe
Yeah.
it's not the end. That
So
guy's from the
sexy.
future. Jesus.
So sexy. Dear Allison, Tom, and the edition I had hoped for since edition 1,
By the
the
way,
indomitable Maude.
we did have Michael Bean on the fucking
On the show,
didn't
we
we?
totally did. We had Kyle Reese on the show.
Which
Which
show?
he-
That
4
did-
points?
On our show.
No, it was 4
No.
points. It was 4 points
Oh, was
at
it 4
it was
points?
4 points at
Oh.
Nerd Melt.
Yeah.
Because I
Oh,
was
cool.
like, I know that Allison, me, and Michael Bean have been on something like
Oh.
this.
Oh, get
And
out
now
of here.
Michael
Totally fucking
Bean's going to
forgot
be
about
on
that.
season 2 of The Mandalorian, and I'm so excited.
What?
Yeah, that got
And
announced,
fucking
you guys.
Rosario Dawson as Ashley Eckstein / Ahsoka Tano?
Yes.
Is Rosario Dawson doing that? Really?
Yeah.
I love Rosario Dawson. That's so cool.
Only thing.
What?
Is Ahsoka a
Ahsoka
Twi'lek?
Tano.
Is Ahsoka what?
Twi'lek?
Podcast nods yes.
Yeah. I
Ahsoka
know the
Tano.
design is a little bit weird, but if she is a Twi'lek, the Twi'lek makeup that they did for
Twi'lek.
Nerd alert.
Shut your face,
Twi'lek.
Alex.
But
It's Twi'lek.
I will say, if the Twi'lek makeup is the same as it was in season 1, it wasn't that great.
Oh. Yeah, I feel
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it was okay, but I was like, that was like one of my least favorite characters in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And episodes.
Yeah.
Was it Bo Burr?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Bill Burr Baggins. Yeah.
Bill Burr Baggins.
Yeah.
I liked
Wasn't
him,
great.
but yeah, that was a weaker episode.
And Clancy Brown, and I was like, I don't know if I like this Clancy Brown character.
There's a person who's actually named Clancy without it being a joke.
I'm sorry, do you not know who Clancy Brown is? The fucking best voice of the
Kurgan
world? The Kurgan from Highlander?
He's Mr. Krabs
Carnival?
from SpongeBob. Yeah.
Carnival.
Dude, the preacher from Carnival? Like, fucking Clancy motherfucking Brown.
I was gonna be called Clancy if I was a boy, so I just wanted to know,
I do remember that. You remember it. There is a famous Clancy.
It's Clancy Wiggins. Clancy Wiggins on Simpsons.
Yeah.
Clancy.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
I'm getting through the podcast. I'm getting through the emails. Here we go.
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Still from Reese. I've been listening to the podcast since the very beginning, and it has been such a joy. I would listen in the car, but I had to stop because I laughed so hard my eyes disappeared behind my cheeks, and that got too dangerous. So the podcast became my Monday morning ritual while I got ready for work. I wish I had more joiks for you. Joiks? Is that what I said?
Wish I had some more joiks for you.
I made some more joiks for you.
She wrote jokes. She wrote jokes, but I said joiks.
I think
joiks on you.
Wrote jokes.
I wish I had more jokes for you all. But really, I only want to express how much I love this podcast and respect each one of you. I'm going to follow all y'all's work forever, I can guarantee. Sorry about y'all's. I'm not even from the South. I'm from Michigan, but my new friend from Texas is rubbing off on me. Every edition is a treasure, and I may go back and listen to it all over again, one a week at a time, to last me another 5 years. 5 years, you guys. What?
Jesus Christ. Guys.
That's half a decade.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your friendship with us listeners. And thank you for being such an awesome beacon of brightness and hope in the time and brightness and hope at the time of the internet. I hate to see the podcast end, but so happy for the reason why. If I ever get a book published and made into a movie, I know who I'd ask to be a part of it.
And
it's us,
please
you guys.
Do that.
Yeah, I know. Congrats on all of your successes. May all of your hopes and dreams come true. Longtime listener, Reese.
Oh, thanks, Reese. That's awesome.
Reese.
I know.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Okay, I'm plowing on. This is from
Hey.
Aristotle chimes in.
Can we they hear?
Okay. This is entitled "Thank You for All the Memories," and it is from Kenny. Hi, HHHHLN crew.
Kenny.
Hi, Maude. I'm Kenny, longtime listener and second time submitting an email. I saw Maude's Instagram post about the last recording and just wanted to write in and say how much I enjoyed the show over the past 5 years. And while I'm sad it's going away, I'm also very happy for everyone to start their new journey. Best of luck to you all, and please send my regards to Alex as well.
Well, I hear your regards, and I accept them. Thank you very much.
I had the fortune of getting to go to think all of the SDCC recordings, so I've attached some of the pictures that I took from those sessions. Best Kenny. Yeah, and he included all the photos.
Oh,
there we are. That's with Jonathan Fernandez.
Yeah.
That's Jonathan.
Yeah.
There we are.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Kenny. I get very handsy when I hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we are with Japan Ryan.
That's cute.
I remember that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's like our original one.
Whoa.
Oh my
Where did we do the first one?
The Petco Park and the
in the Nerdist space.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, and then the second one we did at Petco Park and the other at the bigger stage. The first one we were like in the hallway.
Yeah, we were in the hallway and then we were on the stage.
Well, it was the podcast stage.
The podcast
They
stage.
just put it in the hallway.
Thank you,
All
Kitty.
right.
Next email.
All right. This is from Jason. It is entitled A Final Thank You.
Oh,
HHHHLN crew. Hey, this is Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Maude. The person whose father Maude saved.
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa, roll that back. What?
Yeah. So get this. I think I'd like read something or like I had consumed some sort of information where I can't quite recall it at this particular.
It was about medications. It was about a doctor basically diagnosing someone incorrectly because they didn't realize they were on like a medication had switched.
Or something like
that.
I love that. Or
it was a side effect about a medication, something about a medication and someone having a different reaction to it.
And basically what's happening is that like a side effect was being misdiagnosed and it wasn't like, it was a side effect that they thought was a new symptom, but it was actually a side effect from the medication. So if you swap the medication, it would be fine. Yeah. I think, I was watching House. Like every single day.
Yes.
And that was an episode or edition that was happening on it. And it was all about the side effects of a medication. And so when he was reading an email, I was like, I'm actually a doctor because I've just been watching so much House, but it's a side effect from the medication. And he wrote back going, yeah, actually it was.
Yeah, he listened to the podcast and it gave him the thought, because his father's in a nursing home, and it gave him the thought to be like, hey, did you change the medication? And is that why my dad's reacting this way? And they were like, oh, we did. And he's like, take him off the different medication, and it fixed everything.
Dr. Maude.
Right,
yeah, Dr. Maude.
Dr. Maude.
Dr. Maude, medicine woman.
Maude.
Maude.
So Jason
Dr.
says,
Maude, medicine woman.
Maude.
I wanted to email you one last time to thank you all, not just for the whole dad thing, but as a listener since day one and a fan of Allison since AOTS, I felt compelled to thank you for all the wonderful years of giving me the ability to turn off the outside world and just enjoy the shows.
Yeah, that's shit we need right now.
Yeah.
My dad is doing really well. Awesome.
Good.
The assisted living home he's in is under quarantine until April 16th, but he's in good spirits.
Yikes.
My grandmother, who I sang God Save America or God Bless America, whatever the song's called.
God Save America.
Whichever it is. She's also in an assisted living home that's under quarantine and doing very well. So I understand that feeling. My amazing daughter, picture below, because as I said, the last time I emailed you, I'm that dad. I will show you these photos because they are so cute. So my daughter is about to turn 6 and loved hearing you all talk about how cute she was as you looked at her photos the last time I emailed her.
They cosplayed. Wasn't it for Halloween?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait till you see what she is dressed as. This is so cute. I'm about to turn 40 on April 2nd with my birthday buddy Tom.
Yeah,
That's
happy
so
birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Jason, we should have sent you cupcakes too.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
This all sounds great, but your podcast has gotten me through some very trying times, and I cannot thank you all enough for that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. It may be strange to say, but I love you all, and I wish you the best. Yay, hearts.
Thanks, man.
So sweet. Thanks,
That's
Jace.
cool. Yeah.
Lastly, when Maude came on, I didn't know that much about her, but over time, I have discovered that she may be one of the most amazing people I have ever heard.
Wow.
She saved my dad. She
Yeah.
understands that there is such a thing as too tall to vacuum, which at 6'4", I appreciate.
Thank you. They're not made for us.
I know. And she loves a pun. I would make a joke here to impress her, but since we're all under quarantine, first to be stuck inside, our homes, all my jokes are now inside jokes, and I don't know if she'd get them.
That's wow.
And she just dabbed. She dabbed for you. Maybe one day we'll meet up and I will lock up, throw double guns, and wink, walk away thinking that I was the smoothest shit, that was the smoothest shit I've ever done, and you will be mortified and confused.
No,
If that's
I
the
love it.
smoothest shit he's ever done, that makes me fiber.
There you go. I have
By
attached.
the way, I just love the idea that somebody could be modified.
Yes.
Modified.
Hells yeah. I I wish you all the best of luck in your ventures, and I look forward to reading all of them on your social platforms. I've attached 3 pics to this email. 2 of them are pictures of my daughter, Charlotte, before we went to a 50s themed daddy-daughter dance. One is her looking beautiful, and the other, well, you will see. And the 3rd photo is of Charlotte, my dad, and I, just so you can put a face to the story.
Oh, great.
I give you permission to share these photos online if you choose. I'm going to show them right now. Thank you again. He says, this is from Jason again in Michigan. P.S. Shameless plug. I am trying to use my Instagram to show the adventures of a single father and his princess of a daughter. Cool. If you would give a plug or a follow, here we go, to @JJ_Scharf. That's JJSH. Sorry, no. At JJ.
No, don't do that. Don't follow that ass.
No.
Here we go. This is the real one.
At JJSCHARF on Instagram. It would be so appreciated. So it's Scharf.
That's cool.
SCHAR.
Just stop spelling it.
Wait,
Allie.
look at his super freaking cute daughter.
Oh my gosh!
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
I mean,
that is a literal That's a
Look
literal.
at that photo.
Poodle. Yeah.
That's cute.
I die, and then there we are. That's Dad, who was on the medication that we saved. Yeah.
Yay! That's the best.
The
You
best.
guys literally saved people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
if we did that.
Only took me 1 year.
Yeah.
Boom, saved.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Actually, maybe
That's cool.
Allison. Maybe your next show should be House. Go from the White House to the Doctor House.
Wait, have you?
No, but
not
I've
seen
already
House?
seen all of House.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Because House.
That's
is amazing.
why-
By the way, are you guys watching The Good Doctor?
No.
My friend's
Okay.
on it.
Who's what?
Yeah, Paige. She's a love interest on the Good Doctor.
Paige. She's the love interest.
Is that the actress's name or the character's name?
No, I don't know what her character's name is. I should, but I don't. But she's a love interest. She's wonderful in it.
The
I
Good
watched
Doctor?
the first few to support. Yeah. But I have a brother who has Asperger's, and he's supposed to have Asperger's, but he likes to sound like a robot when he talks, and that kind of had to stop.
Do you like The Good Doctor, Alex?
I shouldn't like The Good Doctor because it's just network TV
Mm.
sass. You know what I mean? But I fell in love. I don't know why. I fell in love.
Wait.
I've been watching it.
Alex, were you the one who told me I should watch The Expanse?
That was me.
No.
Oh, that was Maude.
That was me.
Not to say that you shouldn't, but I also,
Right.
but I haven't. I watched a
Maude-
little bit of it, but I'm not.
The family chat has become all about The Expanse, and my
Thank
family has been like,
you.
"Yep." They're like, "When you finish watching The West Wing, you need to go
Yeah.
into The Expanse," and I'm like,
Yep.
"All right."
Yeah, it's like really cool with like technology
Yeah.
and like future symbiotes in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
All right,
that.
I'm gonna get through a few more emails. Are we good with that?
Yes.
Okay,
All
yes.
right. This is from Michael, and he says, "Thank you for all the memories, pictures included." There we go.
Yeah,
Hi.
Michael.
Hi, HHHH crew.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Maude. Hi, Allison. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
There we go.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Hi, Alex.
Oh, thanks, Michael. You're welcome.
It certainly is a bittersweet moment. On the one hand, it's great to hear that you all are moving up, and I look forward to seeing you all more. But just not being able to hear about it first on HHH is a bit of a bummer. Wait, we did say it first on HHH, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's fine. Whatever. I stumbled upon HHHH several years ago when I was wondering whatever happened to Alex Albrecht after Dignation and Totally Rad Show ended.
Funny, I did a couple
Oh.
things like 4 points with Alex Albrecht, and then the half-hour happy hour with Alvin
Yeah.
and Alex.
I was about 15 episodes behind on HHHH, so quickly went through them and to get caught up, and have been loyally listening every week since then. There are so many memorable moments of the show, whether it's Allison's phone being stolen in Naples, being super popular in science, how to say Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
No!
It's Breaking Bad.
Break-
No,
Breaking Bad.
Breaking
Bad.
Bad.
Breaking Bad. Breaking
It's
Bad.
Breaking
Bad.
Bad.
Breaking
No!
Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad.
You guys suck.
That's why I
Tom's
left the
multiple
show.
nicknames,
Yeah.
Drunksmiths, the introduction of Maude, etc. But there were a few that really stood out in my eyes, though some of them are very personal to me. Number
Oh.
one, brooming. When I read this, I totally forgot about this.
Whoa.
This has got to be the number one memory for me, as it came very early on when I started listening about Alex finding a wasp's nest while brooming his front driveway. Just the way he told the story and kept saying, brooming, 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 kept smiling laughing for all days. Do you remember that, Alex? You were like, I was like, brooming, 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 brooming.
You got to unmute, buddy. Unmute.
Wait, Alex, you're muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
All right, sorry. I totally remember this. I was because I was brooming my driveway.
Yeah.
And I
but
had the broom.
Who brooms the fucking driveway?
Well, there was a lot of stuff on the driveway, Allison.
That need to be broomed. It's a yearly brooming.
It needed to be removed, and I only had a broom, so I broomed it.
Broom, broom, broom.
But also, here's the thing.
Yeah. What's the thing?
There is a reason why it wasn't sweeping. Okay? Do you know the janitor broom that's got that looks like a
bristles?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a mustache from.
Yeah, it totally is a mustache.
That doesn't sweep. That brooms.
Brooms. Yeah, I agree completely.
Oh.
A witch's broom sweeps.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can't. This is sweeping back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
brooming. Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I get it.
So that's why I was brooming. Hit them.
Yes.
Hornets.
There you go. All right. Well, number 2 is Alex is a very animated character. Several years ago, while walking around the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, out of the blue, as I was walking in a lesser traveled section of the show floor, I see Alex casually walking towards me. Since I hadn't seen him since the Dig Nation days, I knew that I recognized him, but didn't quite realize it until I nearly passed him and then just blurted out, Alex!
Yeah.
And spent a few minutes talking with him. During the entire conversation, I realized that Alex doesn't put on a show. He is really as animated IRL as he is on any of the shows I have seen or heard him on.
Yeah.
He
I
definitely
totally remember this, by the way. I totally remember this. It is crazy because it's like, I feel like that's the special sauce with good podcasts, right? Or good any entertainment is you're just doing the shit you would do with whether people were watching or not. You know what I mean? Like,
legitimately, this is exactly how I would talk to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
First off, just stop there. You've been drinking. What you meant to say was, this is how I would talk to my friends when we were just hanging out. You don't mean this is literally how I would talk to nothing.
Wait, can I show you guys a surprise?
I just love that you're just like,
you got a kitty cat.
Hey, this is so great.
A cat.
Wait, you have a cat? When did you get a cat?
What?
Wait, no. Bring the cat. What? Explain this.
Hold on. I don't have just one cat. I have 2 cats.
Okay.
When did you become a cat lady?
Yeah.
During the quarantine, you were like, I'm going to hoard cats. Forget toilet paper.
No. So this is my old roommate from literally a decade ago. He called me up I don't know, a week and a half ago or something like that, just to see how I was doing, to catch up or whatever. We're still friends and all that stuff. And he's like, how you doing? And I was like, quarantine's weird. It's odd. I was like, I'm actually thinking about fostering a cat during this time, just so I can have another heartbeat in my apartment, And he goes, oh, it's so odd. You should bring that up. So he's from the Bay Area. And
I have a bag of cats that I
No,
need to put somewhere.
So he has 2 cats, but he has been wanting to go stay with his parents during this whole thing, which makes perfect sense. But he was like, I have these cats. I don't know what to do. He's like, would you be willing to watch my cats while I go stay with my parents? And I was like, oh, totally watch your cats.
Give me 2
So
cats.
I now have 2 cats. So wait, Loomis, come back. No,
Drunk Allison has instantly become a cat lady, and all of this
That's
checks
great.
out. It all checks out.
Yeah, this is
the
good.
cat I showed
This
you
math
is Loomis.
works.
Yeah.
Loomis?
Loomis.
Loomis?
Like Dr. Loomis.
She's
Halloween.
adorable.
No, Lumos, the light spell from Harry Potter, because it lights up your
It's
life.
not spelled the same, but yes, it's Loomis.
Dr.
That's not how you
Loomis.
spell it.
But I call her Little Miss Thing because she has taken over the house. It is now her house. The other cat I have is Tybalt.
Stranger.
Like
Tybalt?
Yeah, like House Capulet Tybalt.
Oh, I thought it was wasn't. Which one was the little satyr from Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, Mr.
I don't know.
Tumnus.
Yeah. So Tybalt
Definitely
is
played by whatever that guy's name is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
James McAvoy. Keep going.
Yeah, it was James McAvoy before James McAvoy was James McAvoy.
But Tybalt weighs
Tumnus.
Tybalt weighs 20 pounds. He is a fucking cat. And then he just hides under my bed. So he's not here right now. Anyway, so I have these cats.
That's
what
when do you have to give them back?
Oh my God! Our last episode just turned into Drunksmas.
It totally did.
By the way, I finished my bottle of wine.
I know that voice, and that is Drunk Allison exclusive.
Okay, wait. Then real quick, let me finish this.
Okay,
email.
wait.
Tom, This is number 3 from Michael. Tom is one of the coolest people I've ever met. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to meet the HHHH crew at a very intimate recording of the show at a booth at CES, which was so fun.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Tom and I literally had the same reaction.
Such a great show. Before and after the show, I got a chance to talk with Tom, who I really didn't know anything about, but was truly amazed to discover that he is a great conversationalist and definitely had a lot to say.
Yeah, Tom.
Thank you.
I'm sure there are more memories, but those were the first few that came to mind. Thank you again for all the good times, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you all do next. And then there's,
Thanks,
they can't pull up, but you can see them right here. There's photos of us at.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
That looked like a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like.
Yes. I don't even.
All
know
right.
what the fuck that was.
3 years ago.
How do we feel, guys? I mean, there's text.
What?
I could read 2 more real quick emails. Do we want to get through them?
Make them quick,
All right,
baby. Let's
make it happen. All right, here we go. This is from Tim. It is entitled "All Good Things." Hello, Quad H. This is Tim L.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah, and I have been listening to the show for about 3 episodes before the first Drunksmas. I am also a fan of Allison and Alex from the G4 days. I may not have back then. I may not have known about Tom and Maude, but I am glad they were a part of making my Monday mornings awesome. Thank you to all the crew of the show for making the best podcast of all time. If you do decide to do another Drunksmas, that would be great. Yeah. P.S. The subject, All Good Things, is a reference to the name of the last episode of
Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah, I thought it'd be appropriate. I remember that.
Tom, well done. Bonus points.
And then P.P.S. Space!
Star Trek Next Generation.
By the way, guys, I'm just going
to
say this before we start.
Yeah.
If you're watching the video, you realize that my hair is
perfect,
like a tribble.
It is. Look at that.
It just
I've always envied your hair.
It is not good.
No, it's great.
I am going to let my wife Heather cut my hair.
Yeah.
And
I heard her talking about that. Yeah.
She has been training. She's been watching YouTube videos of how to cut a male human's hair.
You better record that shit and post it online.
I have
You don't have any hair. You have like extreme hair.
Yeah,
I know, but it's so long it doesn't do any of the stuff that I need it to do. It's like a Cirque du Soleil performer that just sits and eats cake. You're like, come on, dude. You're a Cirque du Soleil performer. Go do stuff.
I don't think Cirque du Soleil performers eat cake ever.
Exactly. That's what my hair's doing. It's like, get a fucking job, hippie.
Yeah. Okay, listen. I'm going to read this last email.
Right, go.
This is from Brad, and it is entitled, in all caps, "Till we meet again."
That's very, very effective, Brad.
There we go. Hi, 4-Hers, including Allison, Alex, Tom, Maude, Montana, and Zelda.
Yay!
Monty. Wow.
Yes. It's Brad C.
Brad C.
It's Brad C.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Maude. That was just lovely.
I love that Allison was like, no. I want to make sure.
I gotta wait for it. Yeah. I don't think I'll say goodbye because I wish you all continued success as artists, and I will surely see you again. So I will just sing happy trails to you until we meet again. And then he sends a second email. And
that was the end of the first email?
That was the first email. And then the second email says, 2 seconds after I sent that, I screamed, and Aristotle too, shit!
Aristotle, say hi to Brad. No,
yeah, Aristotle, you better say hi to Brad.
Say
True
hi.
hero of the show.
So Brad, unmute.
Hello.
Hello.
That was the
sultry
dulcet
tones
tones
of
of
podcast.
Aristotle.
There we go. All right. That's it. I think we did it, you guys.
Wow, all right.
Oh, Lordy.
Welcome to the longest episode of the Happy Hour ever.
Alex, thanks for joining us, man.
How do you guys want to say goodbye? I feel like we should. Oh no, I'm out, brah. I'm gonna have to have water. I feel like
I'm out of my bottle of wine, everybody. I'm gonna go and open another bottle of wine.
Good for you.
While we close this out, I feel like Aristotle and I are the newer members of the Half Hour Happy Hour. So Aristotle, you're a man of few words, but do you want to quickly just say like one last thing as the last hurrah for this?
Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I've enjoyed every second of it. I still remember listening very early on. I feel like I've told you guys before, and I've said it, but never on the show, that my whole career started at Meltdown Comics, and the first live show I ever went to was 4 Points. And that's where I, for the very first time, met Jerry, and then never imagined later in life that I would work with Jerry.
Yes.
And all of you.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Cool,
guys,
man.
I wanted to thank you for taking such a risk. Obviously, like Alex's shoes were so big to fill, and I was super intimidated to kind of step in to be like, you know, for 4 years of someone who has built such an identity and really established a fan base, like to fill in and replace is really, really hard to do. But the community was so accepting. We had a lot of fun. This year went so fast. And this kind of staple and the feedback that we would get was just so, I guess, important as someone who just makes things and hopes someone hears it, but to have a profound effect on someone's life, whether it's just, you know, thank you so much for being my Monday morning to you saved my dad's life, you know, obviously makes this incredibly worthwhile. And I just wanted to say a big thank you for letting me onto the podcast and into your homes or cars or wherever you're listening to this. It means the world to me. This is why I do it. And I'll never forget it. So thank you.
Yay.
Who's
There's
next?
Literally nobody else that could have filled these shoes. I'm telling you.
Thank
you so much for stepping in. Honestly, you're fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, you know, that is true. Like, you know, we always say Alex and I started this to be just something we did for fun in his garage. And when it got to the point where Alex couldn't do anymore, we were like, well, how could it continue? And Maude was the only person we thought of that we were like, if Maude says yes, the show will continue. If Maude says no, the show will not continue.
Yeah, there were no other options. Maude.
No, there really weren't, Maude. That's why when you and I went on that hike and I asked you and you were like, yeah, that sounds great. I was like, oh my God, really? But I mean, all of you, everyone involved in this has just been such I can't believe it's been 5 years.
That
that's
seems
the weirdest
so
thing
dumb.
to me, right?
Yeah,
5
feel
years.
like
I remember having the conversation with Tom where I was like, well, and we'll just have Tom do it. And Tom was like, I don't know what audio engineer is. And I was like, we don't really need an audio engineer. Really what we need is like another person in this room.
And Alex, you know, I brought this up last week because I'm technically the only person who has done every episode of this podcast because we had the one episode where Tom called in sick. And I talked about the fact that
amazing.
But you and I felt like we were lost at sea without Tom.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest. No, but seriously, it was the weirdest episode because it was like, when we talked about like, fuck it, let's just do something ourselves. Back when we saw Anderson Spider Silva of all things.
I know that was really the birthplace of it.
I know, it was so crazy. We were like, I just felt like, I was like, we need to have like, the like Robin from Howard Stern show or like who's the guy from Conan? You know what I mean? Andy Richter.
Andy Richter.
Yeah.
That other person that's just going to be giving us the gold. And I don't know, honestly, Tom.
You're like, I don't know why.
I knew you would be fucking perfect for it. I just was like, my friend Tom.
I just like to like listen to other people talk mainly and just laugh because I'm easily amused. So, I mean, you guys give me great comedy.
Yeah, but the gold that you put in, I mean, I hope you know how much you add to this show.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Tom, say your last hurrah.
You know what? I've had a total blast doing the show. Thank you guys for like including me. And like, I love the fact that like, it was like, you guys have all been like performers. So you know what it's like to go to places and have like people come up to you like fans and talk to you and they already like know you and they want to talk to you. Like, to me, that was like kind of a new thing. So I loved going like Comic-Con and stuff and actually talking to people and just having them already want to come talk to me. So it's kind of like really cool to just branch out and like realize, oh, people are listening. People actually care. And it was just, to me, that was like the best to know that like we could just go have fun. People would have fun listening to us. And then, I mean, yeah, I'll never forget it. It's been awesome, guys. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Really loved it.
Alex, you're on the platform. This is the final episode after 5 years.
Good news is I had like a year break or a year plus break. So it's sort of like I'm just a guest star on a show. I feel like I'm like the person on like the network television show that like left to go do something else and then came back for the final episode.
Yeah.
Walked in and they were like, you didn't die in 1972? But it's been fantastic. I mean, honestly, like shows like this is what I think is sort of the reason I've been put on this planet, is to just talk honestly about things that I find interesting, and there's enough people that also find it interesting. And I think there is probably no world in which I don't do another show with Allison Hayslip.
Heart with my hands.
Yeah, like I honestly, I feel like there are very few people that you find in your life that are just people that you're going to be doing stuff with for the rest of your life, and Allie's definitely one of those people.
Oh, you make her cry.
No, she's been drinking. Don't cry.
I have so much booze and so many cats around me, and I don't know what to do.
Like, I don't even know. I'm just going to hoard all this stuff, and it's going to be great.
But honestly, Allison,
thank you all so much for listening, and it's been an honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been fucking great. It's going to be really weird not seeing all of your faces every week. I'm going to be honest. Like, it's one thing. Like, I feel like the most we ever recorded at one time was like 3 episodes at once. So it was like a guarantee that I would see your faces once a month, if not more. And even when Alex left, like, he doesn't live that far from me, so I would still see him. But now it's weird to not have like a guaranteed moment when I'm going to see all of you. And that's really odd. And I say this without it being a podcast thing. I just say it as a friend thing, but I do hope that we all maintain this kind of constant connection, because even, while we're in this quarantine status, my family has done weekly meetups on Zoom. And I realize that I'm seeing, this isn't just my like brother and my parents. It's like my extended family with cousins and aunts and uncles. And I realize I'm seeing my family more often than I would. And that's something that I hope to maintain with all of you that I'm watching on Zoom right now. Like, I don't want to go an indefinite period of time without seeing all of you guys. And that as an extension is, everyone who's listening to this, it's like, I don't want to go an extended period of time without having any contact with anyone who's listening to this as well, because you've all been such amazing supporters, and everyone who's been a part of this has been really cool, because it is something that none of us ever did for quote unquote money or fame. It's something we did. It's something because we wanted to do it. So everyone who's ever been a part of it, whether they've been on it or listening to it, has been a part of something they've just wanted to be a part of because we could be a part of it, And
by the way, we made a beer, guys.
We made a beer!
There's literally a beer that we made.
Wait,
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah. It was best-selling beer.
It was a good beer. It was a good beer.
It was a good beer, guys.
Good beer.
If everything I'm going to take away from it, we made a good beer.
We made one hell of a good beer.
It was a good beer. It was a good year.
So I think we did it.
Yeah.
I think that's it for the last regular episode, or the last weekly episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour
edition.
Ladies Night.
Ladies Night.
Thank you everyone for listening, for emailing in. That's it. I'm Allison Hayslip.
I'm Maude Garrett.
I'm Alex Albrecht, and that's Tom fucking Krajewski.
And thank you to Aristotle, our podcast.
Thanks, Aristotle.
Woo. Awesome. We love you all. Please, everyone, stay safe and healthy and wash your hands.
What did we say that this edition was going to be called? One last hurrah.
Last call.
Last call.
Last call.
Last call has been made. The bar has closed.
If I had a bell, I'd ring it. Bing, 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 ding, ding.
There you go. Good night, everyone.
All right, guys.
It was so long, and thanks for all the booze or the fish.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for all the fish. So long, and thanks for all the fish.
All the booze.
Scarpins Avenue.